Good morning. Hello, everyone.
Yes, hello everyone. We are the Trusting Hand team, and we will be presenting Bee Trustee. So first of all, Bee Trustee refers to two things. So first of all, be a trustee, so become a trustee. But second of all, the bee part represents all the trustees that are very hardworking in society, like the bees are pollinating the ecosystem. So yeah, that's the title. We'll first present our team. First of all, we have Claire sitting all the way in the back. She was in the first half of the semester. She was working with us. Yeah, and then we have.
Yeah, my name is Tilde, and I have experience in UX design and interaction design.
And I'm Carrah. My background is in industrial design, user experience, and interaction design.
And my name is Kung. I have a background in mechanical engineering.
I'm Juan. I have a background in international human rights and humanitarian action.
And my name is Noortje. I'm studying human geography now. And then we also have Joyce, who was part of our team as well, but she had to leave to Tanzania again because her exchange ended. So she's back there. Yes. So first some background, so we're all on the same page of what all the concepts are, and so everyone knows what we're talking about. So the word principal refers to a person who is not able to handle their own finances due to illnesses, and therefore needs the help of a trustee, who is then helping this person handling their finances and financial transactions. And then the Chief Guardian Administration, who is auditing those trustees and recruiting them for the job program. So the Chief Guardian presented us with the challenge that reads, how can we recruit more new trustees and get the current ones to stay and take on more missions? So that was the first challenge we were starting off with. From this challenge we started our research, and we found some key insights that we would like to present. So first of all, we noticed that there was a bit of an awareness gap, meaning that a lot of people that we talked about trusteeship, they didn't know what it was, like what is trusteeship. So yeah, we noticed that a lot. And the people that did know about the concept, they usually perceived it in a negative way, usually because of what they heard from friends or the media. The second thing, we noticed that most of the trustees were motivated by altruism rather than monetary incentives. So they were motivated because they wanted to help other people, like family members or just society in general. The third thing we noticed was that there was a bit of a lack of guidance for the trustees. When people started being a trustee, they didn't know what to do or what was actually expected from them, which led them to feel overwhelmed and a bit lonely starting off, and it scared some people off in the beginning. Then we also noticed that the job of being a trustee is quite lonely sometimes, because it's like a very individual, voluntary, like not voluntary, but like a very individual job. And then fifth, we also noticed that there was some like opportunities in collaborating with universities of other organizations that were not necessarily explored yet. So yeah, from these key insights, we created a new challenge that read as follows. Trustees need support to better understand and manage their responsibility, and a community that keeps them motivated and inspired in their mission, and thereby fostering a positive awareness about trusteeship in society. So that was the challenge we went further with.
So from the Reframe challenge, the insights we gathered, we generated over 50 concepts or potential solutions, and these 5 are the most promising ones. The first is the Trustee Handbook, which is a book given to all trustees to provide key information that they need to do in being a trustee. And the mentorship program is where a more experienced trustee help a new trustee to learn what it is like being a trustee. And the Bee Trustee event is an event that creates a better community for trustees and also recognize them for the work they do throughout the year. Linking Arms is a collaborative effort with student organizations or companies, and pop-up experiential marketing is A small event where people, the public, can come and learn about trusteeship. So to select which concept we want to move forward with, we came up with these 5 criteria: groundbreaking, feasibility, fun, sustainability, and comprehensiveness. Most of these are kind of self-explanatory, but sustainability refers to how likely the concept is to continue to be implemented after we start it, and comprehensiveness refers to how many of the identified needs the concept addresses. And from these 5 criteria, we scored the 5 concepts based on these 5 criteria, and we found that Bee Trustees scored the highest, followed by trustee handbook and the mentorship program. And after some talks with our challenge giver, we found that the trustee handbook and the mentorship program is already in the works and is already implemented or will soon be implemented. And so we decided to move forward with the Bee Trustee. So now what is Bee Trustee? Bee Trustee is a collection of large or small events. Large events refers to events over 1,000 participants, and smaller events are around 15 to 60 participants. And these participants are mainly trustees, while there are some potential trustees there as well. And the purpose of these events is to recognize the work that the trustees have been doing throughout the year, and it's a thank you from the Chief Guardian Administration. And it's also an opportunity for them to build a strong community that is much needed. Here's a video about Agneta's
This
experience.
is Agneta. She has been a trustee for 2 years now. She lives alone, so she enjoys daily social interactions. She likes to help people, however, in her journey as a trustee, she felt a lack of guidance and recognition. One day, she receives an invitation for an event. Welcome to Bee Trustee. Agneta attends the event. Welcome. Here is a badge for you. Agneta thinks this is so thoughtful. Agneta enters the event with a badge for her commitment to trusteeship.
Hey, I see you have trustee experience. How has it been so far?
I enjoy being a trustee, but it has been difficult to navigate and it feels lonely sometimes.
Oh, I feel the same.
Welcome to Bee Trustee, an event to celebrate the trustees in Stockholm municipality. The agenda for today's event is the following.
So we have these right here on your tables.
Hey, I recently became a trustee. Do you have any tips?
Do you know any banks that have expertise with trustees?
Agneta and Bengt discuss their issues and struggles with the Chief Guardian Administration. So nice to meet you all. Let's take a photo together so we can remember this event. Agneta feels fulfilled and happy about the new connections she's made.
Woo!
So for this event, and because this is not only about awarding community, we hope to have sustainability and longevity in these to keep the community together. Brand identity is important in any organization. So here, since Chief Guardian Administration is a part of Stockholm Stad, they have a specific criteria for brand fonts or colors that they use, and it's a quite large bank of options that we chose to select for the purpose of events and awards. Here are some examples, and additionally for events, some templates for awards, badges, and some other ideas to take with us, like a booth or something we created, visual language. The awards we mentioned in the video is part of the recognition. Many of the trustees mentioned that a digital badge they would appreciate a digital badge that shows their effort, milestones in the process of being a trustee. So we thought this was quite simple. We have some pins here that we thought we can use for both presenting to trustees, but also potential trustees, and maybe people can wear them. It could be, sort of a marketing campaign, and hopefully this can continue this idea.
So we have also created an invitation, so you can get an idea of how the event will look like. And we have the invitations on the table, so you can see them. And then we have also created a welcome poster, and that is going to be at the event, and then the agenda. So it's going to include a welcome speech from the Chief Guardian Administration, and then possibly a speech from previous experienced trustees. And then it's going to be a pause, and then some type of activity, which can be a feedback forum, suggestion box, or speed friending, and then it's going to end with a thank you speech.
We did some validating of the concepts as well. We were lucky enough to find 5 current trustees or people that have experience as trustees to be our reference group and give us insight and some feedback on some of the prototypes and the concepts. We also did some interviews with municipalities nearby that also have a similar program, and a program that, even from the perspective of the Stockholm's Chief Guardian Administration, works quite well. So we wanted to learn from them what is it that they do that allows them to be more successful. So we interviewed people in Narkcharoen, and we also interviewed a CEO of an events company just to learn about their own experience in hosting or organizing these sorts of events. One of the things that we learned from these interviews is that it is very important, this part of interaction and working around community, and that the added value of events is that it enables these connections and these collisions to happen. In terms of the survey, we had responses where trustees, the reference group, show full support and buy-in into attending a trustee event or gathering. And in terms of cost analysis, we found out that it is very likely that a full-blown event would cost between 750 crowns per person all the way to 1,800. But there are also non-cost options. So if it's possible, for example, to reach out to other branches of the city of Stockholm and maybe leverage that sort of contact to gain access to facilities, for example, for no fees, or to support and empower trustees so they can self-organize these sort of events, that could be like a low-hanging fruit in terms of reduced cost, low cost, or no cost experience. Other questions that we asked our reference group had to do with, for example, the feature activity or the main event as part of the general event. All of them said that they would love to hear some experienced trustee deliver a keynote speech talking about their own experience, and to be this a learning experience for all of them. Also, 3 out of 5 said that it could also be a Chief Guardian Administration staff being up there on the stage giving this speech. Other features included the screening of a movie, for example. In terms of the goal of the event, all of them saw it as a good learning opportunity, or were more interested on the event being a learning opportunity for them. 3 out of 5 thought that it was a good opportunity for acknowledgement of the contributions that they made to the trustee program. And in terms of activities, most of them, all of them, said that the main or the key feature would be the opportunity to make contact with other trustees. 4 out of 5 said that it would be a great opportunity to have a feedback forum, like a two-way feedback in which they can make contributions to the way the Chief Guardian Administration is doing its work, but also to receive feedback from the Chief Guardian Administration. And finally, 3 out of 5 said that they would like to have a trustee confessional booth in which they can share positive and negative experiences and maybe support each other in this sort of exchange. In this sense, our recommendations are as follows. First of all, we recommend that the Chief Guardian Administration allows for broader trustee ownership of the program, so that ownership trustees feel more empowered. Maybe they can support with the organization and the running of the events, and also in maybe in a capacity of advisory of the advisory board, just as soundboard to the administration and giving some feedback on how things can be improved. We also believe that it is possible to test small and scale what works. So this is why we have these options of large scale events and like smaller 15, 60 people events, as Kang mentioned. So you get to test. This is one perhaps of the key features of the course that we believe it can be translated into public policy as well, is that you start small, you test, you iterate, and whatever you see that is working, you take or you carry over with you to the next stage. The fail forward framework, we believe that we learn best from failure and from experience, but we need to have an environment that allows us to fail safely. And it's important to create a space in which people feel comfortable in failing and sharing those failures, and that they get to learn from that. And the other thing is to avoid reinventing the wheel. So a number of other innovations have been implemented by other municipalities, so it is possible to take advantage of them. For example, some municipalities use this book, they buy this book and they distribute it among trustees. So there is already material out there that is easy to pick on and to distribute among trustees. So we believe that we can take advantage of the learning curve of other administrations. And that's it for today. Thank you very much.